when you find most of the people surrendering, escaping from this country, you have Fatima Baji coming back to Pakistan. It's so easy to give up. God, you want to live somewhere in cold corner of Canada or somewhere in Tasmania in Australia or whatever. It's very hard, but perhaps the only most important thing which you can do in your life to hold the fort. We need to live in this country, we need to hold the fort, we need to make sure that this country remain a viable state for a long period of time for us, for our next generations to come. मुझे एक चीज़ बहुत याद आती है. My father used to say, when I was going to USA, he used to say, people go and never come back. Remember, this country gave your grandparents and your parents refuge when they had no home. And this is your time to make sure that you never abandon this country. So this is an extremely important lesson which we need to learn. One can have 1,000 reasons to say that this country is not safe to live. One can have perhaps 1,000,000 reasons to say that there are much better places to live. And one can have trillion reasons to go for greener pasture. But the question is, there is one single commitment which is much heavier than all these trillion and zillion reasons, and that is, this is a country which belongs to us. And we are not going to abandon it, we will never leave it. We will live with it, we will survive, we will sustain, and we will inshallah prevail as a dignified nation in the world. Why is it important to value Pakistan? You read newspapers, you go to CNN, you watch Al Jazeera, you are on social forums, you have plenty of different sources of all negativities when people tell you everything bad about the country. But I think you need to think of what is the value of this country, what is the value of Pakistan. And if you have time, if you like to read, I would really request to read the book of Javed Jabbar, जो आपने शायद recently पढ़ी हो, कि Pakistan, a unique country, a unique destiny. That is an amazing book, and it tells you why it is important to value the country. Number one, when you think that a country born out of nothing, then this is a serious mental threat for your survival. Remember, freedom is carved, states are created, nations are built. And they are built with generations. मैं जब बहुत छोटा सा था तो मेरे वालिद मुझे तकरीर लिखवाया करते थे, वो कहते थे कि सरों की फसल कटती है तो मुल्क बनते हैं. आप सोचें कितना खूबसूरत लफ्ज़ है, सरों की फसल. आपने फसल देखी होगी ना, ऊपर से गाड़ी जाती है, यूं करके ट्रिप होता है. एग्जैक्टली इसी तरह होता है 47 में, एंड वेल बिफोर दैट सरों की फसल कटी थी तो ये मुल्क बना. और अगर आप पूछना चाहते हैं तो यहाँ पे भी एक आध फ़लस्तीनी है, कहीं किसी से पूछिए तो सही कि ये आज़ादी होती क्या है, मुल्क किस तरह बनते हैं और कौमें किस तरह क्रिएट होती है. And they'll tell you that this is the 4th generation of Palestinians dying every day. Every day, children, infant, ladies, old men, women, thousands of them dying every year just in search of freedom. And we are a free country. We have this Pakistan. We must value Pakistan. We must value it, because freedom lost is a loss of a nation. Very, very important for us to value this country. Second thing, see, it's not really is a nation carved out of nothing. It has a rich history, a very rich tradition, an extremely rich civilization. It's one of the most beautiful and brightest nations. आज के अखबार में बड़ा interesting चीज़ लिखी थी. Even the Taliban and Al-Qaeda found कि जो recruit पाकिस्तान से आते हैं, they are the brightest and the best. So you think, अब आप सोचें आप कि even in a terrorist organization find them best and brightest. So आप अंदाज़ा लगाएं कि how bright and best we are. इन बच्चों को एक को आप देखें, each one of them is absolutely wonderful. I often go to this science exhibition, कभी इंटेल वाले बुला लेते हैं, कभी कोई, and you know when I talk to them, and I remember talking to people in Malaysia, Indonesia, and I feel, you know, they are just little kids of 14, 15 years, they're much brighter than them. They're extremely bright, and there are hundreds of reasons why they're bright. They're bright by genes. They're bright by you know, way the nation survived, and they're bright because they're meant to be bright. The founder of this nation was the brightest among all political leaders at that time. अब पढ़ के देख लें, you know, आप डायलॉग पढ़े, कायद-ए-आज़म की एक किताब है जॉर्ज पेलेटो की, जिनाब पाकिस्तान के नाम से, वो पढ़ने के काबिल है, उसमें डायलॉग्स हैं, उसमें मुख्तलिफ मिशंस थे और मुख्तलिफ है, and you will find that he was the brightest one. So he meant to be bright also because our founder was the bright. And you see, a microcosmos, a little world in itself, from coastal lines to the highest mountain in the world, a little world. Everything which you will find in this world, क्या है दुनिया में? सहरा हैं, ट्रॉपिक्स हैं, साहिल हैं, फॉरेस्ट है, अल्पाइंस है ना? स्विट्जरलैंड है, साइबेरिया है, नॉर्थ पोल है, साउथ पोल है, यही है ना? Amazon forest, you have everything in this country. Believe me, I bet on it. 8 climatic zones, you can grow everything. Every climate, and the people who can live in those climates. You will find people जो 50 डिग्री पे भी पैदल चल रहे होते हैं, ठीक है? So you see, you have every reason to value this country. And remember, this is one country which is your own. मैं अभी भी जाता हूँ ना, और मैं I travel all over. Find people completely lost in wilderness. You know, US में कहीं पे भी चले जाएं, अपने सर्कल में मूव करते हैं, पाकिस्तानियों को तलाश करते हैं, हर जुमे और जुमेरात की रात को 6-7 घंटे की महफिल जमाते हैं, पाकिस्तान के मसाइल हल करते हैं, खाना खाते सो जाते हैं. हो सकता है उनकी 3rd, 4th generation will eventually become American, Swiss or British, but they are not. Only one country which belongs to you is your own country. Okay? You need to value it. You need to value it for multiple reasons, and you won't need to hold it forward. You should really have this burning desire, you know, in your bellies. You should really think of doing something for this country. You are the most fortunate one. You are the most fortunate of Pakistanis. You are excluded one because majority of this people of this nation are below the poverty line. They earn less than $2 a day. You know, 80% ladies are illiterate. Illiterate nation is given, illiterate mothers are giving birth to illiterate nation. So there are lots of unfortunate things, but we need to change it. We will change it. See, there are lots of people who are struggling to make this country a better place to live for you and for your next generation. This is our commitment to our, you know, this is a commitment within. And that comes out within also. And remember, Pakistan is a great thing to happen. It was the greatest thing happened in the history of the Muslim world, and it is the greatest thing would ever exist for us and for our next generation. Thank you.